Okay, so I've been having more of a think about the different angels' names, and yeah, I've decided though that Sophie Ellis-Bextor probably wouldn't really want to do a whole line of songs, knowing that she kind of represents my sister, a person that she knows nothing about, and I don't know what's happening with my sister because she seems to be going a little bit mad, and I I don't know, but the songs that a lot of songs that she's sung, she wrote probably with the best intentions, but they seem to have a darker message within them, and I just don't know how it affects Sophie or relates to Sophie, but I feel like it doesn't relate to her in a good way. Like it doesn't suggest she has a good future. You know, when she was, there is one song about breaking breakups, and my sister was in a strong relationship, and I just never thought that a breakup would happen. And so I'm listening to those songs and being like, oh my gosh, it's so accurate, and I should have watched this and realized that they were going that her and her husband were going to split up, but I didn't. And yeah, it was only after they split, or only recently, like a few weeks ago, when I looked back, it was like, actually, yeah, this is predicting something that was going to happen. Only I didn't see it back then because I didn't believe that it would happen. And it's kind of then making me wonder about all the other things. How true is it? And there's a lot of things that could be pointing to a really bad outcome for her. And I don't think she would be happy doing that. But if I call her the angel of wisdom, I feel like it's perfect because I feel like she's a smarter version of Sophie, and I've always thought that Sophie Ellis-Bextor was quite smart with her words, and even the hypnotizing song, it's like her figuring things out and knowing things, and it's kind of knowledge. And also Sophia, that is supposed to be like the name of the goddess of wisdom and stuff. And okay, people might start seeing her more as a goddess rather than, like, if I was to give all the name angels titles and they was to say that they are representing part of me, and then if I was to go out the way and just kind of let them kind of rule for, because I feel like there's a war that's coming, which is a 7-year tribulation, and something's going to happen for 3.5 years, and then the thing's going to end. I feel like I'm going to make a covenant with all the nations that accept me that you need to legalize suicide, legalize suicide and legalize assisted suicide, which is the one that's probably going to, because a lot of people want to commit suicide, but they don't have the guts to do it themselves, like, or they don't have, like, they really want to die, but they just don't, they wouldn't do it themselves. But if there was somewhere of, I, yeah, I think that is what the covenant is about. And it's not for 3.5 years. The covenant is to make an agreement for 7 years where assisted suicide is legal for 7 years, but in the middle of it, the end of the sacrifice is ended. Now, to be honest, it could be the end of this agreeing to make a suicide legal. But I'm just thinking that I don't know what the future is, but I feel like that prophecy about the 3.5 years could actually be referring to the singers and celebrities. And I feel like they they need to ascend, and people need to see them as angels, and there needs to be a time where they are glorified as angels, and they're supposed to represent a side of me. And I don't think that many people would care that I've had to put up with these songs, knowing that they link to me in so many different ways. Like, even just details behind a lot of the songs, and a lot of them are insulting and don't help me or don't make me look good. And I feel like the whole point is that you get people to love these characters. And okay, some people will like different characters more than the others, and that's how you kind of teach people. It's about teaching people something. If you love Gaga, great, you can love Gaga and love Gaga as much as you want. But on the day that the sacrifice or the middle point of this 7-year tribulation ends, um, it's going to be revealed that actually Gaga represents the devil. And if you love all her songs, there's actually a deeper meaning. Like, some of them are good, some of them are be like, I'll be the cure, I'll be the cure. But it's like, oh wait, that actually represents the devil. The devil will be the cure. Well, the devil will be the cure because the devil will be the one that punishes you, or the one that makes you feel bad for shit. And um, I I know that I'm pissed off most about the date changes. I believe that I've been doing things and inspiring things and saying things, and people have been hearing what I'm saying and writing these songs. Only they've been changing the dates, which takes the credit away from me. If you did songs in 2013 or 2014 and then change the dates to make it look like it was done in 2009, 11, or something before that. You've just taken the credit away from me. Okay, you're going to give the credit to God and stuff, but by giving credit to God, you're giving credit to something that's like I have no control of. I mean, it is me, but it's in the spirit realm, and it's something that I have no control over, and I feel like two different people. Like there's the me self who's like the dumb version, and then the smart self that I don't know what's she doing. She just seems to be insulting me and torturing me mostly. But I feel like, but you still haven't changed the dates back, and it's the dates are still all messed up, and I don't even care any longer. I don't care about what the dates are. I will find the song when I find the song, and regardless to when that song was made, I believe that it will relate to me at that moment. Like I seem to be doing things, clicking on things, and then associating with things that happened the day before. So whether it was done 2 years or 10 years before, it doesn't really make any difference to me right now. But I am still confused because I would love to know when these things were done. So I would love to know what was done, because you've actually heard something that I said. Although right now my memory is so messed up that I can't really remember things that I said a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I just it's all blurring together. So I'm not affected by that, but at the same time, I am affected by songs. If I haven't given if I haven't given a character, if I haven't given an artist like a specific character or said what they actually mean, and they've done something, um, knowing that it was what I said that character was, and then they've changed the dates to make it look like it was done when before I'd announced that character, then that was something that I had to put up with because I thought it was relating to me, only to later realize that actually my higher self has given them characters that imply that they're not relating to me and make them not relating to me. But at the time that I first saw them, I wouldn't have known that, and so I would have, I've been watching these songs for the last 10 years, trying to figure out what they mean, or what's the deeper, trying to find out what people are actually doing and why, and it's just so hard, and it doesn't help with the dates getting all mixed up. And so but at the same time, I feel like you put so much money and effort into these songs for a reason, and it is to drive people crazy. I think they're going to start going crazy when they start idolizing the idols, and rather than listening to me and stuff. But I don't want them to listen to me. I don't care enough for them to want to listen to me. I don't know. It's like I feel like there's the Uncharted film, um, where there's that cartoon that comes in. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Enchanted or something. Um, but yeah, she's trying to clean up this flat in New York or wherever she is, and she calls up all the animals around to come on, let's go and clean up this flat. And then it's like pigeons and bugs and all these dirty animals. That's kind of what I feel like with this planet. I feel like my higher self is trying to fix this place, and the best way to do it is to create angels that have all these different characters and then glorify them for about 3.5 years, or maybe, I don't know. The Christianity needs to fall first. That needs to go straight away, and there will be a lot of people that take 7 years to fall away from Christianity. But when they start falling away from Christianity, I'd like to give them something better. And I think believing that these are my angels and that they all represent different things, and then, if they want to find out what the angel of this is like, or the angel of that, or the angel, whatever angel they want to follow, I feel like this will be great if I glorify them. And then after 3.5 years, I'll actually reveal really what I think their character actually represents. If I say that Ariana represents vanity and selfishness, I don't think people would love her and idolize her. But at the same time, I want people to love her and idolize her, because I want them to get drawn into her music and to start paying attention to the words and start loving her, all for the wrong reasons, because some of her words they're all about me, me, me. A lot of them are just like, oh, focus on me. I love that song. I absolutely love that song. But at the same time, it's not good to be like that. And I just, yeah, there's a lot of terrible things said in some of the songs, but you don't see it because it's all sugar coated as being amazing. And I'd want to like mislead them into thinking that all these angels are amazing and you should follow them and you should love them, just so that I could get their attention and get them to sort of start thinking about the words, thinking about the songs. And then then later I'll reveal the characters and actually starts and I also want them to correct the dates so that the dates are accurate of when they came out, and stop just messing around with the dates, and be truthful. But yeah, first I need to get people to 100% believe that I am God or Christ, and then I reveal the truth about what I about like what the singers really meant. Okay, not all of them have deeper meanings. Some of them are just to kind of make the group of angels look a lot bigger and better, like the two about the sisterhood. I like them. They're positive, and there's a lot of negative characters in there, so I need to mix them in there just because they're positive and they're happy. And if negative characters are mixed with positive characters, then it gives an overall feel of goodness, when in reality I feel like there's so much. In reality I feel like I'm working with a bunch of bugs, because it's just like, what? But at the same time, that's how you teach people. You have to teach people by taking negative things, making them look positive, getting them to love it, and then actually revealing that there is quite a lot of negative things in their songs, and they probably shouldn't be following that or be liking that or whatever. I don't really know what's going to happen. I just know that the world is way too big just for me. And but yeah, what are, and I need these singers to kind of create a new false religion just to crash that religion, and then just start being a good person. But anyway, Ellie Goulding is another one that I've given a new title to. I think she represents people who worship false gods, and like the father, people who lead. Yeah, she represents someone who leads people to false gods. But I know, there's a lot of songs. The one that I hate them particularly is the burn song, because they're going to let it burn. And I was just thinking, okay, if I'm going to call it anything, I have to base it on something like that, because that was annoying. And then there's also the light song, and I was just like, the angel of light, that makes sense. And not the angel of light, the angel of the light. I think angel of light sounds like it's someone of knowledge and truth, but angel of the light. When you die, you usually see the light and you walk into the light. And so, yeah, I feel like that's what she should be called, angel of the light, because it sounds like she's giving knowledge and truth and guiding people into the light. But really, I'm thinking that she might just be guiding people into death, because I don't agree with false worshippers. And I like the Hate Me song, definitely. And if I say that she worships the light, and people watch that song, they might be thinking that I'm lying or just making shit up, and just, or maybe there's a reason why she's called the angel of the light, because she's guiding people into truth by getting people to hate me. But in reality, the light is just off. And Sophie Ellis-Bextor, I think, should be the goddess of wisdom, because I said how Katy Perry is actually the deceiver, but really I want to sugarcoat her as being the intelligent side of God. Why? Because you have to be intelligent to deceive people. And I feel like Sophie Ellis-Bextor, her character represents my sister. People are going to assume that I love my sister because she's my sister, but in reality she's someone who's rejected me and wants nothing to do with me. Also, I think she's a complete idiot. And so, yeah, I feel like even though she represents an intelligent version of my sister, I think if I call her the goddess of wisdom, and my sister is against me and doesn't believe me, that might mislead people into thinking that my sister's right, because I've named the person and the character who represents my sister as the goddess, or the angel of wisdom. But yeah, in reality, I feel like there's just a lot of deception there, just because that is what intelligence actually is to be able to deceive people and trick people into believing the wrong things for the good causes, because it's about a test. I'm not here to make people happy and, I don't know, whatever they want from God, but I'm here to teach people things. And I feel like you can learn stuff even by me lying, and not really lying. I mean, I think she's definitely one of the most smartest ones on the list, and I love her songs. I think there's a lot of thought gone into the words, and she really does pay attention to the details in the song, and I think that's very intelligent. So I think she deserves that title. What other titles have I given recently? I don't know about the guys. I have to admit, I don't know about the guys. I feel like the guys kind of need masculine names, but when I think of masculine angel names. You know, I just think of like God of Thunder, or no, not God of Thunder, Angel of Thunder, or Angel of, I don't know, Angel of Death. That's a big one. But yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I feel like the women should be belonging to me, and hence I can name them because I'm female and feminine, and I can give them feminine names that are accurate. And if the father or the guy or whatever wants to give them masculine names that are stupid as Batman and crap like that, then you can. But I think you need to come up with the names. I mean, I've kind of thought maybe like Future should be called the Angel of the Future, because I've just taken a name that he has chosen for himself, and just added an angel spin to it. And Weekend could be like Angel of the Weekend, because I believe that weekend is actually code for weekend. But I don't know how else, you know, I can't say Angel of the Week because that doesn't make any sense. I mean, well, it's too obvious about what it actually means. But I don't really know. I feel like they should come up with, if they're going to be calling themselves that, I think they should come up with it. And I think if I came up with a name for them, it would either just be a bit ridiculous, or it would be way too feminine for them to like. So I don't know.